Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, as it's called now. And today we're doing episode 3 of season 2, The Return of Quaid.
Randy Quaid, no!
No,
Not
don't
that
worry.
Quaid.
Don't
Dennis
worry.
Quaid, well, that would be a bit better, but still, no.
Randy Quaid
Don't
returning.
not
That means
that-
we're going to see Alameda Slim from Home on the Range return. Obviously, this is set up for the fourth Kingdom Hearts game.
All
right, let's just start, please.
Infiltrating other worlds.
Honestly, Jover, I'll take that over his character in Pluto Nash. But
Yeah.
anyway, start before the intro sequence in 3, 2, 1, go.
You know, I hate how much I agree with you in regards to that. Disney's worst is still better than Pluto Nash. Well, okay,
So,
maybe not
believe
their
it or
worst.
not,
Black Cauldron was still worse than that.
So anyway, the slightly making it a bit more different from season 1. While each episode will still have usually their own topic and everything, the cohesion in terms of continuity between these will be much more prevalent than the one in season 1, which it makes sense considering this is all about a journey, so they have to stay consistent, moving location to location. But it will fit the transitioning from one place to another will feel more natural.
Now, some audiences were...
Because our characters are still stuck where they were in the previous episode.
Yep. Now, some audiences were a bit split on this, some preferring the more episodic nature of Season 1. Some obviously prefer this better here and there, so it's about what's up to your preference.
Raps.
Please give generously.
Uh,
Yeah,
Okay,
I love that woman. By the way, that woman, I love that the joke they go for with that woman. Forgot this episode and the next.
Damn, so that's not only did Peridot age 70 years in a few days, but she's lost her green. How did that happen?
An experiment that has gone wrong.
Unfortunately, because power vacuum and everything, the weasel takes over.
Yes, me and my army of 3 people will take over the town.
You know, it's funny because I originally thought this guy was the Baron the first time I watched Season 1. Now he technically is the Baron, so I guess I had future sight in that regard.
And she's gone.
Of course he's gonna do something. You have no power here, you know.
You know, Rapunzel, we need to do something about your hero complex.
She's irrepressible.
No, I get that. I'm not talking about annoyance here. I'm talking about the fact that she has a hero complex, and it's starting to become a problem.
I
was surprised that Weasel thought he could genuinely win this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
How many times have you been kicked your ass? This guy kicked your ass. Like...
So I guess the coup attempt has failed. Yeah, I was gonna say, you were just 3 other people. That's not gonna take over a whole town.
Well, he wasn't expecting any resistance, I'm guessing.
A Walt Disney statue reference in the background. That was neat. Anyway, turns out you were right, Pedro. The whole new sprayed thing for Wednesday Addams did only originate from the 2019 film. I guess I had a Mandela effect where I could have sworn she had new sprays beforehand.
No. When Charles Adams originally drew her, it was just braids because see oh, hold on, there he is.
Never forget your first.
Yeah, sure.
So place your bets. How much do you bet that this whole thing is a charade?
This looks like the opening movie of Skyward Sword. Like the art style is very similar.
Interesting.
I love how they had to use eggs to specifically say, no, don't worry, it's not bird shit.
Well, the idea is that the town.
No, I get it. It's a good replacement, but I kind of get the idea the animators wanted to do something else and they had instead to find an alternative solution.
So I'm going to bet you at the end of the episode, this supposed legendary law person is a fraud.
Well, let's see.
I mean, this always happens in shows that either made by Disney or fell under their umbrella eventually, like Jebediah Springfield and The Simpsons.
What do we call this usual, I'm not sure if I should call it a trope or not, of just going out to harass old people in retirement? That seems to happen a lot in movies.
I feel like that's
and
probably...
shows.
Maybe this is like how it was when Bob Iger was brought out of retirement.
Well, the ironic thing is that he jumped at the chance to get out of retirement. So again, either Chapek did just that much of a crap job, or Iger was supposedly really wanting to get back into the workforce. I'm definitely leaning more towards the former, though, because everyone disliked the job he did.
All right. Yeah, 3 minutes. Go.
All right. By the way, who voices Quaid here?
You.
Go ahead and check those.
So who voices
Quaid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Randy Quaid.
Oh.
I imagine some families do feel like that, but yes.
He has two credited actors, Reg E. Caffey and Keith David.
Oh, let me guess. Did Reggie Caffey die while this series was going on?
No, I'm guessing Keith David probably does his singing voice.
What happened was Reggie Caffey did record some dialogue, but in the middle of it, he died.
Yep.
So, Keith David did some of the lines.
Yeah. Remember, Reggie Caffey died in 2018, Pedro. That would have been in the middle of this show's release.
Huh.
Why they kept why they didn't just re-record the whole thing and instead have two different sounding actors?
They probably didn't have time to remember. TV shows are produced in a very tight schedule,
I get
so
what
they
these
probably didn't
means
have time.
would be asking to re-record for future releases like the Blu-ray or Disney Plus releasing.
Question though, did Keith David debut in this episode as well though? Because
no.
It's the same
next one.
episode.
Future appearances of the character.
Then to be fair, hold on, let me finish. Then to be fair, it's not too out of the blue that they would have, had Keith David do this while keeping Reggie Caffey's recording here. They could have done that for a multitude of reasons. One, to honor Caffey, or two, because Keith David was probably able to put on a good enough sound-alike voice, like, hey,
all that stuff happened in this episode.
Okay, with any luck, if I recall correctly, the voice difference is not that apparent. I think it's comparable to Iroh's voice actor change from Mako to Baldwin, where you might notice it, but, they're similar enough that it's fine.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
So it seems that Quaid definitely needs some.
Hollow shape.
Yeah, he's rusty, so he needs some training.
Oh. How do you even?
I mean, you tried.
There was an attempt.
Da, 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 da.
So become Batman.
Basically,
See, that's basically it, Joe. But they're trying to do a Gotham City thing where the people of Vardaros have lost faith and become very cynical, so they need their symbol of justice to inspire them again.
If the ending of this episode is different from how I recall it, this could be better off.
There is no wind, but my cape blows anyway because it's
So
cool.
why exactly
Rule
happened?
of cool, Shiroi.
That's my favorite rule.
Losers.
yeah, the story in itself feels a lot like a more kid-friendly version of The Dark Knight Returns.
Bye then. Yes, I got that. You don't need to tell me that, miss.
I love how she checks if it's true or not. Yes, Lance, use your Broadway experience.
Perfect. Sadly, no. Oh, of course. Hi.
Obviously, big scary person.
Yes. Lanson, you got it wrong. Zori's supposed to be a good guy.
What great acting skills you have, Vex.
This is such a mess.
He's sadly right about that.
He wishes he was a theater kid.
Reminds me of that theater play episode from David the Barbarian, where it's like, oh, I don't see you in the main role. I see you more as tree number 3.
Huh, that was surprisingly easy. Okay.
Can't be this easy, can it?
I do like the Western aesthetic they're going with on the
Yeah.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Final Goes to West sorta had something also similar going on.
Mm-hmm. All duties big and small.
Mm-hmm.
No littering.
Are we gonna We're gonna have the Magnificent Seven in a moment.
It does sound like that kind of score, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's probably intentional. Yeah, that's probably what they're going for.
Oh,
Of course,
no.
gotta save the poor defenseless
How
animal.
specific of a situation? How? I want to know how the cat got into that situation. Like,
Fuck you, Hino.
I got a better question. How did a violin bowstring hold up a giant box?
Because, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It of course can launch a cat into stratosphere, I guess. A new badge.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
You can have it now.
Cute.
Cinderella.
Yeah,
It's not
whatever.
like you like it, fucker.
Okay, I can show weakness.
Ah, how fitting. The first 2 episodes we had a yandere, and the third
Ooh.
episode we have a tsundere.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Well, I appreciate it, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy!
Poor Max.
Not helping.
Okay, it's not as annoying as that whole blue lady thing in Avatar, but still pretty weird.
Blue lady thing? What?
That one in season 3 where Katara pretended to be somebody.
Oh, you mean the painted lady?
Yeah. So there's the Magnificent Seven, led by a 15-year-old by the looks of it.
This one. I feel like an idiot. Yeah, becoming one of the good guys does that to you.
Heh. Oh, hey! That's the guy that Quaid mentioned in his
Rude.
backstory.
Straight from the first 4 movie? Seriously.
The collector is a lot more grown up and beefier than I remember him.
Seriously, this thing gives me a lot of flashbacks to the
Destroyer.
Yeah, the Destroyer.
You're underestimating how stubborn this woman is.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what quippy one line can I use? Time to do some collecting.
Yeah, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The
Whoa.
fight, the final fight at the end of the first 4 movie on 1/10 of the budget because we can't afford explosions.
You're on your own.
Oh!
That's fast.
Hold on.
Well,
That
we
bit
kinda
sounded
have
a
only 2 more minutes of episode.
that bit sounded a bit more like Keith David, so I wonder.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he's right. Oh, I
Okay.
guess so.
Apparently some of his dialogue in The Return of Quaid was done by Keith David, but I'll give him credit. It does sound similar enough to the point where I actually had to listen closely to notice the differences.
Honestly, when I first when I've watched every time I've watched this before, I've never even noticed that there was a different voice. To be honest with you.
Neither did I.
No, not the bees! Not the bees!
Bees!
Opening my eyes!
Oh, behave.
Ha.
And together we can be justice.
Gonna justice the shit out of
Beat
you.
the shit out of Gideon Emery!
Oh, no.
Wow, defeated by a violin bowstring.
I guess it really is that strong.
The power of music.
Sonic Underground.
No.
Sure. I'll allow it.
It's a good job it didn't collapse the whole
You
town.
just got... I don't even know.
Well, there goes his other eye.
Could you imagine if Rapunzel pulled on something and it collapses the whole town? That'd be shit.
But believe it or not, we're still not completely leaving Vardaros just yet.
Mm-hmm.
That was a sudden ending.
Yeah, no, that was a good episode. Again, a bit annoyed about how the town folk people were, but they weren't as bad as I recalled them being from the first viewing. So yeah, no, this was a pretty great episode. And again, love the Western aesthetic. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, so kudos. And yeah, the Keith David stuff I did notice, but he's a fine enough sound alike. I can get why they didn't want to get rid of Reggie Caffey's voicing dub. Like, he's got a nice iconic voice for Quaid, and he's in it for pretty much 95% of it anyway. Keith's just there for the last 5.
Why did they switch in between the voices?
Remember, Reggie Caffey died.
I see.
I'm guessing they wanted to keep his recordings in just as to preserve his final work.
Again, that and he had pretty much done like 95% of the work anyway. Like Keith literally only shows up for that last scene.
All right, so yeah, I guess
we'll actually see the conclusion to the Vardaro initial saga, if I recall correctly, in episode 3. Which the title escapes me right now, but we'll see you for that.
It's Goodbye and Goodwill.
Alright, see you for that.
See ya.
See ya.